Hi everyone, this is Blessing Njoh, also known as Mrs. A Jim. So for 3 weeks now, I have been going back and forth on whether or not I should do this video because of the fact that it is a highly sensitive and personal topic, something that has to do with a transgender woman that is loved and supported by millions of people around the world. And of course, also the amount of attack that is dished out to anyone who even attempts to say anything slightly negative or in contrast with Nikkie's standpoint. But at the end of the day, I just felt like, you know what? You never can have everyone agree with your perspective. And in this time and age, I feel we should be able to share our opinions about issues and be able to agree to disagree with one another on them. Okay, so here is the story. So 3 weeks ago, well, on the 13th of January to be precise, Nikkie dropped a bombshell in the form of a video on YouTube titled I Am Coming Out, or I'm Coming Out.
Today I am here to share something with you that I've always wanted to share with you one day, but under my own circumstances. And it looks like that chance has been taken away from me. So today I am taking back my own power. And I have to tell you something. It is 2020, and I want to start the year off with the truth. I want to start the year off by finally revealing a part of my life that has made me who I am. I want to talk about a part of myself that makes me, me. When I was younger, I was born in the wrong body, which means that I am transgender.
Well, that video went viral all over the world and was #1 trending in over 21 countries.
Zuster Nikkie Tutorials, oftewel Nikkie de Jager, maakte vanavond via haar YouTube-kanaal bekend.
She hopes to further inspire others to be transparent and live their truth.
In een YouTube-video vertelt ze dat ze is geboren als jongen.
The 25-year-old uploaded a 17-minute video titled I'm Coming Out.
We just wanted to start off by saying how much we love Nikkie and support her.
Zij heeft 12 miljoen abonnees op YouTube, een enorm getal.
Ze zegt dat ze werd gechanteerd
By people who wanted to leak her story to the media.
And as we speak, that video alone has raked in almost 34 million views in just 3 weeks. Well, that's approximately 11 million views per week. So when people saw the title of the video, initially they thought, okay, Nikkie was coming out as a lesbian or even a bisexual, and almost nobody saw it coming actually that Nikkie would announce that she is transgender. I'm going to tell you this. Now, Nikkie was born a man, and I understand why this came as a massive shock to everyone who have been watching Nikkie's videos for years and believing that they were actually watching a woman do makeup videos because she looks so much like a woman. Her mannerisms are typically and naturally feminine, meaning nobody would ever think that this used to be a man. So just in case you've been living in a cave and you have no clue what I'm talking about, you don't know who Nikkie is or what video I'm even referring to, let me give you a brief summary into her background. Nikkie was born 25 years ago in a little town called Uden in the North Brabant province of the Netherlands. Well, personally, when I was doing my research on Nikkie and discovered that she's only 25 years old, it kind of shocked me. Because watching her videos, I always thought, she was maybe a woman in her 30s. Although when you watch her videos and you listen to her and you hear her speak, you can actually tell that she's young at heart. But, her physique, her image really comes across as someone who is much older than she actually is. And maybe it also has a little to do with the fact that she has already achieved so much in her lifetime. Alright, so back to her childhood. Nikkie was born as a male child. Well, when her mother was pregnant with her, her mother instinctively believed that she was going to give birth to a baby girl. Her mother even refused to take a sonogram because she just was so convinced that she was going to have a girl. And this point is actually an intricate part of this video because some people have really come forward to state that Nikkie's mom subconsciously played a role in influencing Nikkie to navigate towards the female gender. Well, going back to my story, when Nikkie was about the age of 6, She started to question her gender. She started to question her overall identity. She started to question why she had to wear her hair short. She started to ask questions about why she had to wear trousers and not dresses like girls her age. She was more interested in playing with Barbie dolls instead of the more conventional toys her male counterparts at the time would choose to play with. So she grew up thinking that she was a girl. So her mom took her to the doctors to at least try to understand her mind and why she was this way. And the doctors told her mom more or less that, it was probably a phase that would pass. And they advised her not to succumb to Nikkie's demands for girly things. They told her, to wait and give it some time, and that, she would probably outgrow this feeling. And Nikkie was very adamant about, what she really wanted. She really wanted to be a girl. She felt like she was trapped in the wrong body. And her mom was so accepting of what Nikkie was aspiring to be. Her mother agreed and started to grow out Nikkie's hair even at the age of 6. Well, at the time, Nikkie was a he, obviously. And that is actually the part where a small number of people are of the opinion that Nikkie's mom should have stood firmly in the place of a mother, to guide her 6-year-old in the way that he should go, rather than being supportive of him becoming the female child that she desperately wanted, according to quite a number of people. So, well, at the age of 7, Nikkie was already dressing fully as a girl. She was already wearing dresses. Her hair was grown out. In other words, she was what we now call a cross-dresser. Well, she was still a boy, obviously, but she was dressing and looking like a girl. So she went through elementary school that way. And when she got to high school, she started taking hormones at the age of 14. And by 19, she had fully transitioned into the woman that we now know as Nikkie Tutorials. And you can imagine that all of this must have been very confusing for her peers, especially the kids she grew up with who once knew her as a boy. So she got bullied a lot as a teenager, which immensely affected her self-confidence. She became ultimately insecure about herself to the extent that she even considered suicide. Well, thank God she didn't go down that route, because suicide is never the right answer to any situation you might find yourself in. So, well, the bully was really taking a toll on her life and on her outlook on life, that her mom even had to take her to some kind of rehabilitation center. It was like a camp, in order to really help her crush her fears, build back her self-confidence, and for her to learn how to deal with bullies. So, well, she started to upload makeup videos to YouTube 11 years ago at the age of 14, and then enrolled in a makeup coursework in Amsterdam, and then started to work as a professional makeup artist afterwards. So all this while, she has actually been a very successful freelance makeup artist. She has worked with the likes of Kim Kardashian, Dalton Cruz, Meghan Trainor, and also collaborated with beauty brands like Maybelline, Lady Gaga, just to mention a few. She has also won a number of awards and accolades to her name. For example, Forbes magazine named her one of the top 10 beauty influencers in 2017, and she also became global beauty advisor for Marc Jacobs Beauty in 2019. So the name Nikkie Tutorials is actually very huge in the beauty industry. All right. Let's fast forward to January 2020, when Nikkie uploaded her life-changing video to YouTube in which she revealed that she is transgender. So the reason Nikkie made this revelation to her millions of subscribers after 11 years of watching her transition right in front of their eyes without them even knowing what was going on is this. Someone sprung up out of the blues and started to threaten Nikkie. Well, apparently the entire world didn't know before now that Nikkie was born as a man, but her blackmailer knew and threatened her in an email that if she didn't tell the truth about who she really was, that he would go to the media and expose her. And that would have been a huge scandal that could damage her career, because it would have been a case of deceit, and it would have been interpreted as, okay, she's just been dishonest and misleading. So she knew that, obviously, and then she counterattacked by coming out with the news herself before the blackmailer even got the chance to carry out his threats.
I have been blackmailed by people that wanted to leak my story to the press. And at first, it was frightening. It was frightening to know that there are people out there that are so evil that they can't respect someone's true identity. It is vile and it is gross. And I know you are watching this. They said they wanted to leak it because I'm lying, or that I don't want to tell my truth, or because they feel like I'm too scared for people to know who I truly am. I'm not scared. So to the people who tried to blackmail me and thought they could really mess up my life with that, this one's for you. I hope you can sit nice on it.
And to her surprise, after the video went viral, she received so much support from her subscribers, from co-creators on YouTube. Her video touched so many lives, including the life of the girl whose Nikkie's ex-boyfriend cheated on her with. Okay, let me clarify this. Nikkie recently got engaged to this 23-year-old boy called Dylan. But before she started to date Dylan, she was in a relationship with her manager for 6 years. The relationship packed up after her manager cheated on her with this girl. So the girl that the manager cheated on her with was also inspired by Nikkie's video, that she reacted to it publicly and also used it as an opportunity to apologize for the wrong she did Nikkie.
I think after yesterday, Nikkie gave a platform for millions of trans women to be true to themselves, including me. Nikkie is a beautiful person from outside and inside, and doesn't deserve a bad thing that has ever happened to her. I never in a million years would think that I'd be thanking her, but she deserves it. This is my public apology. I am so sorry.
So like I said in the beginning of this video, millions of people all over the world have been inspired by Nikkie's coming out, and Nikkie, as a result, has received an outpour of support to such an extent that anyone who has an opposing opinion or perspective into how everything is playing out is automatically attacked and eventually shut down. And here is what I actually find unfair. I think everyone is entitled to their own opinion and should have the freedom, to express same. To give you an example, we all know Lisa Blandino. She is the sister of the founder of Too Faced. So she put out a statement on her social media airing her view about Nikkie's video, although her statement might have come across as being malicious.
Transgender, huh? That's not the only thing she's been lying about.
But guess what happened to her? She was fired because of the statement that she made. She was fired from Too Faced, a company that she has worked tirelessly to build for over 21 years of her life. Her brother, who is the founder of Too Faced, even came out with a statement distancing himself from her standpoint.
I would like to make sure it is understood that although I love my sister very much, the things she says or does have absolutely nothing to do with me and do not in any way reflect me, my opinions, thoughts, or feelings, nor speak for me or Too Faced in any way, shape, or form. I have always stood for love, equality, and kindness in my life, in everything I do. I am so sorry for the hurt she has caused. Let it be known that I am truly shocked and disgusted to my core at her recent actions. I do not tolerate this behavior, and she is no longer an employee of Too Faced. I would like to say how proud I am of Nikkie and how inspired I am for her strength in sharing her beautiful truth with the world. I am sending all my love to her.
So if this could happen to Lisa, imagine what would happen to thousands or maybe millions of people out there who are not sisters or brothers to great people. Now, ever since her video went viral, a lot has happened in her life. She even appeared on the Ellen DeGeneres show to further talk about her experience coming out as transgender.
Well, a couple of weeks ago, I got emails from a certain person, and he was not okay with the fact that I was lying and wanted to expose that. So he had a very pressuring tone of voice, And he was like, if we don't get an answer by tomorrow, it's out. And I feel like his entire goal was with this to destroy my life.
And as we all know, blackmail is a criminal offense, so the police was immediately brought in. And as we speak, the identity of the blackmailer is now known. And I can authoritatively confirm that he is not someone from Nikkie's circle, but I believe he might have gotten some information from someone who knows Nikkie pretty well for him to have that amount of information to attempt to even blackmail her in the first place. Well, Nikkie said in her new video that she uploaded a few days ago that she will not call out this person in public and that she would leave him up to karma. In other words, I think Nikkie is not going to press charges against her blackmailer. So this story has really gotten the masses divided. Some have even come out to say that this was all a hoax and a publicity stunt staged by Nikkie, and that there is no blackmailer anywhere, and that Nikkie only made up this story to boost the project that she is about to launch. So here is the thing. I live here in the Netherlands just like Nikkie, and we on ground have the tendency to more or less hear and see things most outsiders don't get to hear and see. And I can tell you from an insider's point of view that there has indeed been a case of blackmail and that the police was indeed involved to carry out all the necessary investigations. Well, come to think of it, if the purpose of all of this story was to chase clout, I don't think Nikkie would be turning down all the interview requests that she got or all the book writing offers that she received. She would have hopped on each and every one of them and cashed in on them big time. But she has clearly really stayed true to herself and also managed to stay sane in all of the craze that is going on right now in her life. So one thing is for sure, this is definitely not the end of this story, and I will give you guys an update as time goes on. Now go ahead and like this video if you have enjoyed it. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, without forgetting to click on the bell icon in order to be notified of my future uploads. Till then, have a blessed week and I'll catch you guys soon.